What have you fucked up already today? I sent out an email to over 100 people with some info on it. Thought I messed up, so replied all saying Hayes was wrong. Then realized it was actually right, so had to send a third email saying actually Hayes was right the first time. I hate doing stuff like that. Who off? Just got contact embarrassment. I have a really bad habit of typing an email please see attached before actually adding the attachment. I've sent a lot of emails like this, usually noticing right away and resending. I was emailing a resume once, said please see attached resume, and of course didn't send it. They told me as much in their next email. I responded with something like, sorry for the inconvenience, I should have looked more carefully before sending that email. Please see attached resume. I didn't attach the resume. I didn't get the job. I pushed out an application in our production environment the wrong way and made 400 computers reboot. Still employed? Boss can't finalize termination while computer is restarting. A telephone interview. Panicked at being unable to answer the technical questions, not even particularly difficult ones. My mind just went blank and hung up. Too embarrassed to get in contact to apologize. Reached back out. Man, I do phone interviews all day long, and I'm well aware that it's an awkward situation for my candidates. It's tough when you can't read faces, social cues, etc. So as a result I tend to be way more forgiving of awkwardness than during in-person interviews. There's no shame in pausing for a moment to formulate your response. I actually prefer it to those who just jump in and ramble, call them back, claim technical issues, and ask to reschedule. You got this. I picked up coffee before I remembered I was on my way to meet someone for coffee. Not sure how that happens. Maybe I'm too good at spending money subconsciously. Spilled coffee on my brand new dress shirt. Smacked the cat in the face accidentally. Now he's having a sulk and not talking to me. I accidentally kicked my cat a few nights ago. I was walking around in the dark and she's a black long-haired cat that's extremely stealthy. I didn't see her at all, but as I was walking to the kitchen I felt my foot connect with her side. I felt so bad. I immediately apologized and tried to pet her, but she was having none of it. She ran off and avoided me for several hours. She was over by the end of the day, but I felt pretty shitty about it. I really should have showered this morning, but laying in bed until the absolute last minute was just more appealing. Well, all have those days, and it's every day. A teacher whose name I don't even know at my son's daycare said bye, love you too after I told my son love you buddy, have a good day on my way out, so I'm pretty sure she's had a morning full of cringe. Wanted to wake up at 7 am, woke up at 13 o'clock. Now you're 5 minutes late for work. I was supposed to tie down my trash can for Hurricane Dorian, but forgot. Thankfully it was just tipped over. Alabama? I hear Alabama almost got wiped off the map. Snooze button. On 3 different devices. Alarm clock stream. You can set it so you can't snooze more than a specified number of times and have to solve math problems to cut the alarm off. Even on hard difficulty, I just ended up memorizing the problems after a while. I just have the Nest thermostat heat my room to 80 degrees every morning. Smokes me out of the covers lol. Didn't have safety goggles for my chemical lab, so I got kicked out. Feel your pain. Wore shorts to my chemical second lab without realizing. Made it with halfway through without being noticed. Edit. Forgot to mention this was my lab final, so I don't think leaving to change was an option unfortunately. When I was in college I wore shorts to my chemical lab too. Luckily they had some huge sweatpants to loan out, so I wore those over my shorts. When it was time to leave my tar was standing near me, so I turned to him, looked him in the eye, and yanked the pants down. He was real scared for a few seconds haha. Job interview. Was working on some accounting homework and came, not for the first time, to the conclusion that I don't want to be an accountant at all. I graduate in May. Update. Wow. Went to work and was shocked when I got home. Thanks for all of the kind words, experiences, and advice. I've been in an awful mood all day and that helped. A little about my situation. I'm 31, will be 32 when I graduate, and this is my 4th college. I've been in the service industry for a decade and truly fucking hate it. I'm so close to getting out now that I'm not going to change course again, but I don't think I'll be pursuing an actual accounting job when I graduate. I lost my wallet in my apartment somewhere, and we swipe our student IDs to get into the apartment, so I'm locked out. Can't get lunch for the same reason. My bank account as usual. I packed a delicious Asian salad for lunch and I forgot the dressing. Major bummer. Kid puked in the car on the way to school. Now the car smells like Cocoa Pebbles vomit. I made it to the bathroom to puke in the toilet, but I puked so hard I shat my pants a little. The solution is to sit on the toilet while puking in the garbage can or a bucket. That's the safest way. I had to do that once thanks to a viral infection. 7 hours. Both ends. Absolutely catastrophic. I shit my pants, and I was already halfway to work, and I had to turn around and go home and change. Can't trust a fart, bruh, especially in the morning your body is still asleep. My friend saw my coochie. Edit. For everyone asking how it happened, I was sitting down, and she just saw, and she was like, "Zero cooch. Penthouse forum really has gone downhill over the years." Told myself I was going to do something productive today, instead went to Starbucks, and have now spent 2 hours sat on Reddit. Forgot to rinse soap off behind ears. I can't finish this stupid paper to save my life. Nah, you can. Just write a sentence even if it sucks. Get a really shitty stream of consciousness version out first. Do it paragraph by paragraph, or page by page. Small steps, my dude. Second this, just literally write the trashiest basic stuff, and then go back though, and pad it out with transitions, and make it sound better. This gives you time to organize too. Also, if something comes up you can always hand in your trash heap, but hey, at least it looks like you did something. Thinking about this woman I need to get off my mind. I'm trying to not think about this guy that's on my mind. Why don't we trade? You think about my guy and I'll think about your woman. Fair? Why don't you start thinking about each other? My diet, my credit, and any chance of getting laid today. 3 separate incidents. Smoked the last cigarette in the pack at 7 AM. Promised myself I was done for good. Bought a new pack by 9. Every pack is your last pack until you're actually ready to quit. It took me too long to find my motivation, but once it finally hit me, it stuck. Almost 4 years, and the worst I've done was a pull from a hooker while bust. Just kinda made my throat hurt. I got a 0 on my Spanish audio assignment for rapping to Frank Ocean. I went to bed at 2 AM and now I'm at work. Does that count? Yup, I go to bed at 7 AM to 10 AM, when I should at about 4 AM, so not judging. I'm also currently at work during a 10-hour shift that I slept 3 hours for. So tired. Forgot to take all my pain meds. School's starting soon, and am not prepared. Edit. Just got home, and I'm finally able to take the meds. I take 2 over-the-counter painkillers, and 1 doctor-prescribed muscle relaxer. Not usually all at once. I take them, because of my dislocated wrist, to try and diminish the pain. My August time card and a few upcoming leave requests in Cronus. I fucking hate Cronus. Based on the gas station hot dog and family size bag of flaming hot Cheetos I just ate, I'm going to say my colon. I just want to use cream cheese freely in my own house. Is that so wrong? The nice lady at Starbucks. Here's your drink. Enjoy. Me. Thanks. You too. I poured my dog's food into her water bowl cause I was so asleep. SMH. I got halfway through a Cliff Bar before I realized it expired in 2018. My stomach is making interesting noises. Edit. There's been a lot of inquiry into how I'm doing, so I'd like to let you all know I survived, but barely won like one prayer. Please donate to my GoFundMe so that I can get an in-date Cliff Bar. Took a 500mg edible and forgot I'm meeting my mom for lunch in an hour. Should be interesting. Shit bro, 0.100 milligrams is more than enough to get you high AF. Where you trying to go, Mars? My friend made two 1500 milligrams muffins a couple months ago and ate both of them. He does a lot of dabs, but still. I asked him for an update a couple hours in, and the only thing he said back was I'm drying out. A couple days later he told me he was basically couch locked for 2 days straight, but he had the best sleep of his life and was super relaxed the entire time. I just showed up to my first class today 45 minutes early because my scheduled said English starts at 8:05 on Thursdays, but it actually starts at 8:50. Plus my mom dropped me off for school at 7:30 so we could beat traffic that doesn't even exist. If you would have waited, you would have seen the traffic that does exist at a later time.